Hey, Bill, for the second community conversation, more people took issue with the format. They felt that writing down their questions for them to be read out loud really kind of prohibited some of the dialogue from happening. But Police Chief Smith says this is just the start of these conversations and plans to have more individual meetings with people at a later time.
This is good. Good evening. How are you?
Thursday night, Police Chief Gerald Smith sat down to speak to the 3rd District of Richmond in what he called a community conversation.
We are being open and transparent, and we are here to have conversation.
For the second night, no one could directly ask a question to the chief. They had to write it down to be read out loud. That format was cause for concern for some.
This is a public event. It was open to the public.
Well, the agreement was the card. The agreement was to put all of your questions on the cards.
Who felt caught off guard.
Somewhat of a letdown, to be very honest. We weren't expecting to have to write questions on cards, and we weren't allowed to ask live questions.
CBS 6 asked Chief Smith to address why they chose this format and continued using it following feedback from Wednesday night's session.
The note cards are so that everyone's question can be answered, and we know in these type of forums there can be some strong personalities that can just take over, and some people's questions never be answered. So that is the point of the cards, to make sure that everyone gets a chance to have their question answered.
Over half of the questions were centered on Chief Smith's claims that the department stopped a July 4th mass shooting plot at Dogwood Dell, despite no evidence made public of a specific location.
Why did the police chief and mayor call a press conference and go on national TV?
I've sat down with media individually and gone through this over and over again and answered these questions over and over again. We sent out, I don't know how many responses to FOIAs that show quite a bit of what we were saying is true and accurate.
But despite the chief responding to the written questions, many felt they left without answers.
I didn't hear much. I was looking for information on how they were going to improve communication, not just we are improving communication. He touched on points that people asked, but did not go into specifics.
The chief also addressed concerns regarding recruitment, pay, traffic, and other crimes, a shared success in stopping crime, and the types of crime of the 3rd Precinct.
66 unlocked vehicles where guns were taken. That's beyond important.
The chief believes these types of conversations are just a start.
That we are doing what we can to communicate. And the communication is a big part of the foundation of building trust in the community. And I look forward to the many follow-up conversations that are going to come out of this particular session.
Now, 3 more community conversations with the chief will be held in the coming weeks. You can head over to our website at WTVR.com for the details.